Hello again, welcome back. In the last video, I covered the concept of the basic concepts of what you will need to know going into a perspective drawing that has circles and curves and ovals and rounded objects. And I talked about the concept of how they break down in perspective. So this was the rough foundational breakdown. These three drawings right here to let you know how to subdivide a square or a rectangular object, and then to start building up or putting the things in place to help construct, in this case, a circle, an oval that consists of two circles, and then an ellipse, okay, or an oval that's curved all the way through, and then here you have an oval with just, you know, with some parallel straight lines on either side. And then I went on to talk about how that breaks down in perspective conceptually, right here and here and here as well. And then from there I went, since I did this by hand, I went ahead to show you how to construct these two technically, okay, using rulers and a compass and eventually a French curve with this. This one I hand drew, but I recommend, again, when dealing with this, hand draw your ellipse or your oval and then go in there with your tools to smooth out those lines and make them look perfect. In this portion of the in this part of in this video, I'm going to continue with those concepts, and I'm going to apply those concepts to three-point perspective composition. So let's jump right in. Let me get started. Let me get going, and I will narrate my way through this. Okay. So, as always, your horizon line, or your HL, and your vanishing points. I like to number my vanishing points, especially when I'm teaching. You don't necessarily have to. I'm going to put my third VP up here. Sort of did that backwards, VP3. All right, there we go. Okay, so I did a rough sketch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cone. I'm going to do sort of like a disc, platform or a disc, and then I'm going to do a cylinder. I was trying to come up with a variety, with something interesting, but that's basically what I'm going to do. It'll probably change a little bit as I do it. So let me go ahead and get that done. And I think what I want to do is start with the cone. Okay. I'll bring this down a little bit, and let's go ahead and establish the base. Like so. I like the way that, oh well. There we go. Okay, this is going to be somewhat of a shallow cone. What I'm going to do is, okay, so remember from the corners, connect all those to your third vanishing point. And for the cone, again, you are going to start with a box or a cube. All right, I've got everything in there, and let's say that'll be, I'm going to make the height of the cube way up here, even though that's close to the vanishing point. Hopefully I don't, yeah. Yep, that's going to work out the way I like, because actually you'll get to see that top face of the box or of the cube a lot more clearly, which is what we want to happen. Now I can go ahead and plot in the ellipse for the base, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, since we're working with a cone, whoops, oh boy, yeah, that is off. Let me fix it. Let's see if I can fix it a little bit. It's supposed to be here, so we're going to just accept that that's it right there. All right, so once you've got that, let me use orange so that we can see things clearly. Once we've got that, what you want to do is connect those corners, opposite corners, and get the central line. Get the axis basically. So once you've got that middle corner there, or I mean that center point, you connect using your vanishing points, and I'm gonna just start it and then strike it there. I'll start it there. Okay, so that'll give me that. Actually, I don't need to do that. Since I'm working with a cone, I don't need to do that. The only thing I need is just that point right there, okay? But just remember that, since I've gone ahead and done that, just remember that that's how you're supposed to handle it if you're gonna apply a circle there, okay? Let me do it for the base. Whoops. Opposite corners, connect those. I'll go all the way this time. All right, that'll give me that point. That point and that point. All right. So with that point being established, I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do, well, no. I'm going to take my dark blue and map out the ellipse. Actually, I'm going to just map it out with my pencil lightly and then darken it with light blue. So this comes here like that, something like that, and it cuts through here, the middle here. There we go. So this is what this is going to look like in 3-point perspective. Go ahead and reference that with what we did in the last few videos, and you can see how different this can be. But as long as you're sticking to the rule, and the more you practice this, the more the less intimidated this will be. And the less intimidating this will be, and the less frustrating and confusing this will be. It's just a matter of doing it over and over again, and it'll click. It's probably clicking now. Give you guys some credit. Okay, so I am going to darken. I'll just do it by hand. Of course, you can come back in on your own with the ones that you do and use the French curves. make that a nice ellipse for your base. There we go. And then since this is a cone, I'm just going to go right to that middle portion, catch the furthermost outer edge here, and connect those two, and there is my cone right there. Okay, there's my cone. I'll shade the base a little bit, ever so lightly, so that the color still shows through, so that you guys can see it when you're watching this again, and when you freeze, when you pause the video, you can still see everything. Okay, so that's the base. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and let me use green. I'm gonna do that disc at the bottom. Move these over. Make sure I'm in place here. Okay, so I'm gonna determine my height. That'll be my height. Right there. So I've got that, I've got that. Now, got that. No. Hold on. That. Okay, I'm on the right track. For a second there, I thought I was mixing things up. Okay, so what I will do is with the orange pen, so this is our top right here. Let me go ahead and point that out. This is our bottom right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and let's see. Let me go ahead and, you know, let me do it with a pen. Let me do the top with orange and the bottom with pencil. There we go. Get my small ruler, that's what I need. Alright, and then rough plot of the curve. Something like that. That's going to be ugly, I'll come and fix it in a little bit. Probably more like that. And then there we go. Or should it come up more? All right. And then I've got that. That. Here's our center. I should label this. Like that. Give me that. Give me that point. Okay, I think we're good. And that. Okay. And when I sketch in that curve, this is what I'm getting. I want this to come in, cut into that. There we go. Yeah, it's cutting in the right place. We should cut in some more. Something like that. And then the edge will be determined by the same way this edge is determined by the vanishing point, so too will this edge be determined by the third vanishing point. And according to this, it's telling me this should come out some more. So let's do that. Let's adjust for that. We're gonna get that. And let's see. I'm gonna go with this, the outer one. So this should be more like that. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get the dark green and just go over the pencil lines. So what I should get is this right here, that, and that. Scratch it in there so that it's clear. All right, something like that. All right, and let me just do that pipe or that cylinder, and I will do that in let me do that in pink and purple. And I'll do that over here somewhere. So let me do that real quick. See what we get. project to vanishing point 3. Come on. Oh boy. We've got B running into D. Okay, I don't like that at all. See if I can get something slightly different. No, well. I'll work with it just to get my point across, I guess. Let me put the height right there. This will be A1. Whoops, I'm missing everything today. It's because I'm rushing it. That'll be B1. That will be C1. And, oh boy. That'll be D1 right there by the hair. And then this should connect directly to A. And luckily for me, it does. All right, so I'm going to switch to the pencil. Let me see what this looks like on camera. So let me just zoom in real quick. That's what we're getting right there, okay? So I'm going to connect D to B with the pencil so that it can be slightly differentiated. Zoom out a little bit. All right. B to D, and C to A to C, like that. So, center point's right there. Take that through. Point's right there. Take that through to vanishing point 2. So we get that, and let's see, that right there. All right, so I'm going to just sketch that in real quick. Something that looks like that, or something more like that. More like that. So that should be mimicked up here. So already, because this is down here below the horizon line, and then this bottom part, this base is below the horizon line, and then this top part is above, it's going to be very different, right? And it's already squeezed, so it's not always going to be exact. So be cognizant of how this construction sort of imposes its will on the shapes that form according to your construction and according to the rules of perspective drawing. So where's my little... So it's going to be this and this. Connect those corners. That's the middle right there. And then, let's see if this gives me any. Okay, all the lines are running together, so I'm gonna just eyeball it a little bit. Just based on my knowledge and experience, I'm gonna eyeball it. It's so tight and so tiny. So we're gonna get something like that. And then from there, I'll use the third vanishing point as a reference to make sure I get those edges correct. And it's telling me that I should come out here some more. And this is correct. I guess this one correct. Well, hold on. Okay, so it should be something like that. All right, well, where's the purple? Purple marker, there we go. Or purple pen, I keep calling it a marker. All right, so there you have it. All right, so I want you guys to watch the video again, watch the construction, and then try this on your own as well and see what you come up with. But as you can see, depending on the position of your boxes or of your objects, when you start to apply those constructions for circles and curves and openings and whatnot, not one ellipse is going to be exactly like the other one. I mean, that sounds like a no-brainer to say, but it's one thing to say that, it's another thing to see that for yourself, right? And none of these is exactly the same. This is not like that, that's not like that. Even though these belong together, they're completely different shapes, completely different from that. Okay, so play around with that and practice drawing cylindrical objects, holes that are cut into solid shapes or solid objects. Try pipes, cylinders, tubes, things like that, doorways, what have you. All right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. This has been my visual arts channel, Stractify, where I cover all things, all concepts and techniques related to drawing and composition. Hope you guys had a good time. Have fun drawing. I'll see you in the next video.